Previa historias en cuanto a Agatha Christie Maldad bajo el sol. Y estamos cerca del final. Cerca. Pero lejos a la vez. Vamos a la habitación de Linda. Que era por aquí.
Mademoiselle, it is good to see you looking so much recovered.
Thank you.
Captain Marshall, it is necessary that I speak with your daughter in private.
I can't allow that. She's still too weak.
It is of the utmost importance.
No.
Monsieur Poirot, I know what you want to speak to me about. I should like my father to remain.
Are you certain?
Yes, Daddy. Let Monsieur Poirot ask his questions. I need to answer, and you need to hear the answers.
Very well, Linda dear. Monsieur Poirot?
Mademoiselle, it is not true that you liked your stepmother.
No, I loathed her. She ignored me. That was all right. It was the way she treated Daddy I couldn't stand.
Did your father and your stepfather argue?
Daddy doesn't argue. He makes his point and then is done with it. But they often had differences of opinion.
At school, you believed an instructor killed melee persons.
What?
You and your friends had been experimenting with voodoo?
The devil, you say? See here, Poirot. How dare you?
Mademoiselle?
Oi.
Yes, Mr. Fell, he believed in it. He got us interested. We knew Miss Porter wouldn't believe me if I told her about Millie, about him grabbing her and the horrid things he said.
You decided to dispense justice on your own?
Yes. We fashioned a wax figure of him, got the nail clippings and the hair like the book said. Then did the ritual at the polo matting we'd made.
A pole in the cleared circle?
Yes, it represents the centre of the world, power. Then we let him have it with the pins. It worked, Monsieur Poirot. You have to believe me, it worked.
Because he believed as well, Mademoiselle, only that. Miss Potter found out what about the voodoo?
She said we were persecuting Mr. Fell. I think she got suspicious herself, because she fired him at the end of term.
You wrote threatening letters to your stepmother?
I wanted to scare her.
Y
So
acosar
she
al
would be more
asesinato.
susceptible to your magic?
Yes. It sounds so stupid to say it like this.
No, mademoiselle. Children are often powerless to help those they love. But you had felt your power at school. Is it not so?
Yes, you're right, I did. I thought I could do something to stop her. And I stole Rosamond's typewriter and hid it in Mrs. Redfern's room, so she would be blamed for the notes. That was wicked, I know.
You created another door.
This morning early, I went out to the monastery ruins and performed the ritual again. Je vous ai battu.
Anda, pues
Je
sí que
vous
está
casse,
invocando al
je vous
demonio.
maudis. Then I came back here and burnt everything. A little later, I heard she was dead. Don't you see? I thought it had worked. Just like with Mr. Fell. But I didn't want her dead, not really. I just wanted her out of our lives. Forever.
Linda dear. Oh, my child. I'm so sorry.
Mademoiselle, did anyone tell you to take your own life?
No. It seemed the only thing I could do.
I will list for you the things I have found.
All right.
The book of voodoo rituals, the key to the monk's door behind which you hid the wire recorder, the stick pin in the hat with some wax still adhering to it, the hairbrush, the melted wax in the fireplace, human hair burned in the fireplace, green fabric burned in the fireplace. That is all, I think.
But hang on. That's not right.
Something? It is missing?
No, that green fabric. I have no idea where that came from. I didn't burn that.
Do you see it, Hastings? Even as she puts the typewriter in the room of Christine Redfern to throw suspicion on her, someone has the same idea. As I said,
O sea,
the
alguien quiso
pieces of
culparla
green
a ella.
fabric that do not match the hat of Mrs. Marshall are a
Directamente al
significant
asesinato.
clue. Mademoiselle, Why did you try to take your own life?
After I talked to you, I came back to my room. I saw someone had been sifting through my fireplace. Then later, my puzzle box had been opened.
But Linda, you can't have believed, not really, that voodoo killed our Lena?
No, but I knew what would happen. Daddy, I know in spite of everything you loved her. And when the truth came out, and you found out what I had done, I knew you wouldn't love me anymore.
Oh, my dear girl, I'll always love you. If you believe nothing else, believe that.
Oh, Daddy.
¿Y por qué lo hice mirando para ese lado?
Daddy, I'm so sorry.
Hastings, we are done here.
Vamos a la habitación que no me acuerdo, creo que era de Horacio. Sabrá llevar el arma, a ver, supongo, ¿no?
Quite interesting.
Ok, creo que tenemos que introducir a la bruja y devolverle a hablar. Tendrá la trampa para hablar y no. Eso será donde... en la isla, supongo. Inutilizar la brújula. El imán lo tengo yo. Supongo que sí, ¿no? ¿Y cuál era? No me acuerdo. Para papel. Revista, brújula. Escopio, prismático. Llave, plano, cerravida, pelota de tenis. Abrigo, libro, fondos. Llave inglesa. Pipa. Tela, llave. Peine. Ok. Pues... la brújula la voy a poner aquí. Esto lo voy a llevar aquí. Y esto... ay, no. No way. Esto aquí. El imán digo yo que hará el personaje de la acción, porque yo no tengo ningún imán. No. Ahora lo que no entiendo yo con qué le pasa la trampa. Por aquí. En plan, ¿lo va a meter algo o directamente va a dejar la caja vacía? Era aquí. Vale, la caja.
The cheese is in the trap.
Excellent. One more step only. Colonel Weston must be here to make the arrest.
Sí, pero el imán, ¿cómo rompo yo esto? Yo no veo ningún imán. ¿Con qué la rompo? Oye, pero entonces, ¿con qué lo rompo esto? ¿Dónde está el imán? Poiro.
Well, Hastings?
I'm at my wit's end. I can't figure out my next move for the life of me.
You may rest assured that the answer to your problem...
Right.
Es lo que yo tengo encima. No. No, wait. El imán. Spoiler, no tengo ningún imán. ¿Qué imán, tío?
You presume that this would be the choice of Poirot?
Mira, si en la habitación tengo algo. Un imán. ¿Dónde, vergas, encuentro yo un imán? Porque me ha dicho que es el imán que me dio a mí. Yo no tengo ningún imán.
Can't say I see much point in hanging on to a magnetic sliver
Me
of
cago en
metal,
tu
but you never
puta
know.
madre.
As you say, Hastings, you'll never know.
No me cagas que también la otra herramienta también tiene algo. ¿Esto qué era? No. Ya lo hemos visto, lo hemos visto, lo hemos visto. Lo hemos visto, lo hemos visto. Siempre me he dicho yo, cuando coges algo hay que mirarlo. Pues justo no miro la herramienta. Porque ¿quién me va a decir a mí que esto va a tener algo? ¿Quién?
Well, that's put paid to the compass, right enough. It's no good now.
Señor, qué cruz. Vamos a... Aquí nunca hay nadie, siempre. Efectivamente, esta sala solo la han puesto para que la mujer que estaba aquí puesta y para la pareja que estaba aquí cenando, para nada más. Ah, bueno, para coger el vaso, los vasos. Mira, ¿tú por dónde?
Here is your compass, Monsieur Blatt. I thank you for allowing me to borrow it.
It's about bloody time, too.
¿Se lo hemos dado? Sí. ¿Ahora qué hago? Tengo que avisar coronas.
Hello? Need the sea tractor, do you?
Yes, please?
On me way. What a lot of police going back and forth. I guess it's true then. Murder's been done. I heard it was that actress lady, Arlena Stewart, who died. Good to have that Colonel Weston in charge. He'll soon get to the bottom of things. And I brought over Dr. Neeson as well. He does the autopsies at the hospital in Kingsbridge. Hard to believe that such a thing could happen here. I don't think there's been a death on the island since Tom Cutter was hung 3 centuries ago.
Vale, vamos a hacerlo siempre. Venimos aquí primero, luego vamos al otro lado y así hasta arriba.
You seem in a very good mood, young man.
I'm about to make 10 quid, and won't Gladys be pleased?
What is the source of your good fortune?
It's the funniest thing. One of the guests at the hotel is paying me to help play a joke on somebody. I'm to lay off the island this evening in my motorboat, and when he signals from the hotel tower, I'm to pick him up and run him over to Thurlestone. It's a surprise for someone, but I don't know any more than that.
We must learn more, Hastings. Who is paying you?
Oh, I can't tell you that, sir. I gave my word, and he wouldn't pay up if I said.
When is this joke to take place?
I've no idea. I'm just to wait off the south side of the island until I see a signal from the tower. Then I head into Cutter's Cove and pick him up.
The lantern missing from the safe. It is now explained. Is it far to Thurlestone?
Oh no, sir. Just a short run across the bay. Easiest money I've ever made.
And what is the signal?
Oh, sir, I'm not sure I can tell you that.
Where can be the harm? You do not reveal the name as you promised after all. There is another 5 in it for you. 5 pounds, Hastings. I think you would not be so free with the money if it were yours.
All in a good cause.
5 quid more? This is my lucky day indeed.
Here you are, my friend. 5 pounds as promised.
Much appreciated, I'm sure. It's just a signal with the light. 3 short flashes.
Quickly, Hastings, consult the codes in your notebook. Choose one that will be the joke on our adversary.
No hay barcos de enemigo a la vista. 2 cortas o largas. Barco enemigo avistados. 3 cortos, 1 largo. Barco enemigo avistado, otra vez. Vale. Tropa enemiga en costa. Peligro a distancia, recogida, requerida. Esta no, porque es donde tiene que ir a coger las cosas. Fuego a posición. 3 largas. 4 cortas. 4 largas. Esa no sale, ¿no? Ah, vale. 3 largas.
3 long.
Oui, but of course.
Fire on this position? Poirot, this is a rather bloodthirsty joke, wouldn't you say?
Esa no.
When the time comes, you can warn him if you like. Monsieur Jenks, your humorous friend cannot flash the 3 short lights out into the sea.
Why not?
That is the home guard code for announcing you have spotted the enemy.
Is it really? That wouldn't do at all.
No, indeed. 3 long flashes is the code for no enemy ship sighted.
3 long flashes. Got it. No harm done. I have plenty of time to warn him. I'm certainly glad I told you. I may even get another tip for warning the guest. If you'd excuse me, Mr. Poirot, I have to close up.
Good day, monsieur.
Era 3 larga, ¿verdad? Es que me ha rayado con lo que has dicho. ¿Cuál era, tío? Tres largas, 3 largas. Qué susto. Vamos a ver aquí si tengo algo. Pues parece que no pone nadie. Y aquí antes no había nadie tampoco. Y sigue sin haber. Pues vamos para acá.
Hello, Poirot.
Have there been any new developments?
I'll say.
What of Mrs. Castle?
She met with certain individuals in Exmoor, then hopped a train to Southampton, trying to leave the country as my guess. She'll be detained the moment she tries to board a ship.
You are watching her associates, I assume?
Scotland Yard is on it.
Any report on Gideon Fell?
He's being questioned as we speak. I hope to have some information before the night is over.
What of Monsieur Jimmy Nash?
Nothing yet, Poirot. Scotland Yard has promised to bring through sometime tonight.
It is time to clear up our remaining mysteries. I need your help.
Anything.
Your men must watch the causeway and stop anyone who tries to leave.
My men will be ready. Anything else?
We must settle this business of the heroin.
Tell me what you need.
Accompany me to Cutter's Cave.
I'm ready to leave when you are. What else?
We are ready to return to Cutter's Cave. Colonel, perhaps you should descend to Cutter's Cove by the ladder. I will ask Mademoiselle Brewster to conduct me there.
Why don't we both take the ladder?
Tell him the smugglers might try to escape by boat.
If the smugglers try to flee by boat, I shall be ready. If they try to make their escape via the ladder, you will be there to apprehend them.
On my way.
Thank you, Hastings. You appreciate my suspicions of the ladder. The sea, it does not appear too rough.
Picado.
Poirot, you can't fly to Cutter's Cove.
Aquí no hay nadie.
Fly? No. Flying is not for Poirot.
Ah, vale, sí hay, qué susto.
Can you row me to Cutter's Cove?
Mr. Poirot, after your efforts to find Millie's killer, I'll row you any time you like. You need only ask me. Climb in.
An older ladder that has collapsed?
No, wait. El coronel. ¿No puedo? Ahora viene conmigo.
I say, the heroin is gone.
We can't leave by boat, and your bloody compass is useless.
I don't understand it. Compass worked fine before I loaned it to... Oh, hoaxed it, did you?
I am afraid so.
Clever, aren't you?
Oui? May I borrow the compass once more?
I guess you've earned it.
I'll take the sandwich tin if you don't mind.
A few questions, only to satisfy my curiosity. You received the shipments from a larger vessel at sea?
Yes?
Monsieur North, you picked them up in Cutter's Cave.
Yes, once I saw the all-clear signal.
You used a signal light?
No?
The cells, of course.
Of course.
Red to tell Monsieur North the shipment it was not ready. White to inform him that he could pick it up using the tunnel from the smuggler's rest.
That's right. I'd nicked a spare key months ago when the place was still open. Worked quite well for us until a U-boat took some pot shots at me when I was making the rendezvous at sea. Too dangerous now. That was to be our last shipment for a while until we could find another way.
The war, it is an inconvenience.
You can say that again.
Playing the ghost was your idea, Mr. North?
Not likely. Blad thought it would scare off any nosy locals. I thought it was bloody silly.
I think that concludes our business here. Colonel Weston, if you could hand Monsieur North over to your men, I would like Monsieur Blad to join us this evening in the dining room.
It's your show, my friend.
I'd shoot you, Poirot. Somebody stole my gun.
Vaya, o sea... ¿No fue, eh?
Eh bien, Hastings. The murder of Millie Parsons, it is now explained. The fifth columnist has fled, and will hopefully lead Scotland Yard to other traitors. The practitioner of the voodoo has been revealed. The smugglers have been trapped with the goods, as you say. Only one target remains. The murderer of Elena Marshall.
Then you knew by now who had murdered
Espérate, me
Elena
perdí un
Stewart.
poco. ¿Quién mató
But
a
of
Millie?
course, all of the clues are now in your possession as well. Hastings, the time it has arrived. The crowning glory of any case. That sublime moment when the spotlight shines down. A hush descends upon the audience, and all eyes turn to Poirot. Tonight, however, the stage, it shall be yours. Some will listen in relief, others in anger at what must be revealed. And some will listen in fear as the net of truth slowly, inexorably tightens about them. Now, one thing only before we begin. Do you wish Poirot's help? can whisper in your ear and guide you, or if you feel brave, I will sit back and let you present the case your own little grey cells have constructed for you. What then is it to be?
Me gustaría que te hicieras cargo, Poiro. Me gustaría intentarlo por mí mismo. Poiro, ¿no?
I'd like you to take charge, Poirot.
I am happy to oblige you, my friend. Eh bien, mesdames et messieurs, we are gathered here to learn the facts behind the death of Elena Marshall. Mrs. Castle, our hostess, will not be joining us. She has fled the island, carefully shadowed by the police.
Good God, man. Do you mean to say she murdered Mrs. Marshall?
No, none at all. But for some time she has been in the employ of this nation's enemies. Rest assured, she will be arrested the moment she leads the police to her co-conspirators. Also, Monsieur Horace Blatt and a day tripper by the name of North have been taken into police custody.
What's he done?
He was arrested with a considerable quantity of heroin in his possession.
Blatt murdered Mrs. Marshall, then? No.
Fifth columnist? The drug smugglers, as I recall, Mr. Blatt, you thought this a rather dull place for a holiday.
And now we must turn our attention to murder. In order to understand the crime, it is necessary to separate the clues to its nature from the many red herrings that obscured our path. Once that is accomplished, we are left with the truth. Let us begin with the comparison of two bottles. The two bottles I compared were, of course,
Los frascos de perfume.
Perfume bottles.
I speak of the two perfume bottles. The first bottle was in Madame Marshall's bath. She had applied the perfume before leaving on her float this morning, as I myself remarked. Why would she need a second bottle? And why was it found in the cave? Next, we come to another comparison. And for this, we owe much to the expertise of Mademoiselle Darnley.
Los trozos de tela.
3 pieces of green fabric.
A torn piece of fabric was found near the cave in Cutter's Cove. Another piece of green fabric was found in the fireplace of Linda Marshall. They appeared to be the same fabric as that of Madame Marshall's hat. In fact, Mademoiselle Darnley was able to tell at a glance that neither was the silk from the hat. I will now turn to another curious incident of this morning. Someone threw a bottle from the hotel balcony. It narrowly missed Mademoiselle Brewster. Why dispose of an unneeded bottle in such a fashion when there are convenient dustbins? The contents of the bottle was also surprising.
Artificial suntan.
Testing proved the bottle it had contained artificial suntan. But the weather, it has been most agreeable. The sun, it shines every day. Who would need such a thing? Then there was the contents of Madame Marshall's flask.
Trianol.
Her coffee was laced with a heavy dose of the sedative Trianol. Instead of reviving her, it would almost certainly have put her into a deep sleep. Taken separately, the clues, they mean little. But together, a bath where there should have been none, duplicate perfume bottles, fabric for the hat that is very much alike, yet not the same, artificial suntan when the sun, it shines brightly. These suggested at once to me a single thought alone.